very interesting, and from day one, we can see how Islam is working to change the world, not to memorize the ayat. They are memorizing the ayat, there is no doubt about it. But they are memorizing them through making them reality. This is how they memorize them.
In fact, this is how you retain them. Otherwise, you will forget them. You retain them.
In Jummah prayer, Brother Amin, that's exactly what he said that during the time of Prophet Muhammad, the Sahaba, it took a long time for them to memorize the Quran. And somebody asked, why does it take so long? They said, first we have to understand it. We have to read it, we have to understand it, we have to implement it on ourselves. And then we memorize it.
We do opposite now.
Yep.
Well,
Couple years we just memorize everything. From every year we just repeat it. No,
I think it's like retaining it. Memorizing is like retaining it. It's like making it elaborate. Where we keep the book, but unfortunately we don't understand it. So what good is that? And that's a good point. Like, so our setback is we have that advantage. Because you said you speak so you understand it by default. But most of the Muslims, like I read Quran and I don't understand it.
Because this happened again, this role, this relationship, this world view. The relationship is ajr. More you read, more you have ajr. For which letter you have 10 hasanat. And stop there.
that's the goal.
So the habit, the relationship is not that the Quran is there to change the world. Are you working to realize that? As you judging what you're understanding through the change you are able to realize in the Muslim and in the human being society, the human being life. So unless we change this relationship, that role, this habit if you like, this way of understanding, this world of view, you are not going to change the results.
So it's a challenge how we bring the consciousness of the people.
Talking about the interrelationship between this dunya and akhirah, it is very important to have a real proper concept of akhirah. If the akhirah is guiding your amal, your actions in this world in a healthy and positive way, then that is what desirable, Allah's aim. Otherwise, if you want the success hereafter in a shortcut way, like we are seeing these days, the suicidal bombing and all that, they are just told that if you want success in akhirah, just do this action, quick and safe. Whereas Quran has always emphasized that after the iman, the faith, and the iman leads you to amal salih, salat, zakat, amal salih. Most of the time it is emphasized that these three things you have to continuously do in a proper way, and then you will be successful in akhirah. So our view of akhirah is not quite balanced. That is why we are having this problem.
Very disconnected from our life, and you put it really very nicely. It's not balanced. Although the emphasis in Quran is how really to bring back this balance between living this life and keeping an eye really on the hereafter, and how the hereafter will affect our life here. So that's very interesting.
It's a good point that we're talking about something that happened, event, whatever was the society at that time, 1400. But I think we see the remnants and the reemergence of that society again. We see, the people are reverting back to the same concept and the same ideas, But I think the whole idea, people don't think that, they are
like reshuffling the priorities.
Exactly. So we are back to we were going back to the way that Quran was asking us to do, but now we have reverted back ourselves, to go back, okay, now
Regressed,
wealth is back,
yeah.
regress back into the same environment, all of
Which again, I mean, this is where really we have been saying, I mean, and expressing the way we are really approaching Quran, and really the way I see it sometimes, the way we practice medicine. Okay, we try to understand the text. Okay, I mean, that tells me about the disease. But believe me, if I memorize the whole book, the best textbook in medicine, it will not make out of me or anybody a good physician. Nothing like to apply that in real life and to go through that training. Okay, how to apply, and I see myself going back and forth between the application and the theory, if you like, back and forth, between the reference, okay, and the application. And I will never say, and have you seen somebody saying when I am facing a difficult case to go and read the text, I am really interpreting the text, or asking the text to interpret me, to interpret for me, the patient? What we did today, we are asking the reference to help us understand the society. We are not interpreting, by the way, the surah itself. Quran is above the interpretation. But it will provide you with the interpreting yourself, the interpretation for yourself, the interpretation for your society, in order to know how to intervene. And this is the best way to retain Quran. Going back and forth between Quran and the reality. You see, trying to interpret this reality by the help, by the aid of Quran. The problem that we are facing today, my dear brothers and sisters, at the global level, that humanity is trying to solve its problems on its own without a reference, without a divine reference, independent reference. A reference that is independent of the wishes and desires of the human beings. You see what I mean? So this is how can I bring back that idea by just saying, okay, I have the best book, I have the best reference, but I cannot really show that it is capable of solving and interpreting the problems.
And also what Brother Walid said is divine reference. There is now divine comments. So don't take what we are saying as divine.
Yes.
You try to approach. So you have the ability also to understand. And together we can have better understanding. So there is now divine comments.
No.
There is divine reference.
Exactly. Quran uses the same word that we use today for the term approach. Quran says, لِأَقْرَبَ مِنْ هَذَا رَشَدًا, to get closer to the right way, but never saying that you will be owning the right way. You see, this is the aqraba. Wallahi, the most common word that we use in dealing with patients, we say approach. How many times we use the word, how do you approach this problem? How do you approach this patient? How do you approach this laboratory finding? This is all the time. Because no one can claim that he or she knows everything. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala described himself as truth manifest. أن الله هو الحق المبين. Allah is the truth manifest. That truth manifest. But me, Naji, Dr. Aziz, Shahid, Ali, Muhammad, Fatima, Jamila, no. We are working together to get closer and closer, inshallah. Thank you very much. Jazakumullahu khairan.